Okay, Judy, for lame marionettes, I want you to work on going from a C chord to a G chord, okay? Notice we don't put anything on the high string because we're actually going to play that open string up top a couple times. So we don't actually play that high note G, we just play from a regular old C, and then second finger goes to B, third finger goes to G, pinky goes on D, okay? Back and forth from C to G. What I think helps is going from the C chord. Think about the second finger B going behind the C and letting that kind of be your pivot point, and then putting the other two fingers down. Okay? C chord, second finger. This happens really fast. I'm going to do it slowly. Second finger behind the C to play the B, and then the third finger goes to G, pinky goes to D. Okay? Back and forth. Work on that a couple times, and then yeah, get ready for the song. So what we did last time was we went through that there's actually a C chord or a G chord, basically, every single measure, except for the A minor on the measure 7. But for the most part, you're switching back and forth, C to G. So that first beat of every single measure is going to be either a C chord or a G chord or an A minor chord. All right, nothing crazy. The only thing that changes is sometimes the actual strings that you're pinching are different, okay? Starting off on the first measure, C chord, right? You're pinching the C and the C, and then you play the other notes in the chord on the next beat. Okay, so it's C and C, G, C. Then on the next measure, you're going to go down to that G chord. Okay, even though you're not going to play this G, put it down anyway. And you're going to pitch B on the 5th string and D, and then you play the 3rd string open. Okay? Then on the next measure, you play the C chord again, but you're gonna pinch with the high E string, right? And then you're gonna play C E. Okay, so it's still all in the chord, nothing crazy. Okay, and then back to the G chord again. You pinch the D and the B again, the low B and the D, and then you thumb the G. Okay, so the first line. If you see, I'm kind of letting my 3rd finger fall late, which I think actually kind of works because I know that the melody is doing it that way. So if you ever see me doing that and I'm kind of lazy on the G chord and dropping that note G late, that's why. Next line, we're going to work on, the rhythm of this is 1, a 2, and 1, a 2, and. So it'll be 1, a 2, and 1, a 2, and. But I'm not too worried about the rhythm at this point. I just want you to get through the notes right now. We're going to play the open C chord, well, the C with the open E. Okay, but here's the tricky part I want you to think about. First finger moves from C to the F on the 1st string. Pinky plays the G on that string, and then open it up. Nice and slow. We're going to pinch with the C and the E, and then your first finger moves to the 1st fret. Pinky plays the G, and then you open it up. Okay? What I'd like to have happen, though, is that the 3rd finger stays on C the whole time. Sorry, that sounds awesome. Okay, so the C moves, C stays down here real low. A little peek at Amy Lou behind us, I guess. She's being pretty ornery today. So, once again, it's C, and then the 1st finger moves to the F. All with this 3rd finger C down the whole time. If you lose your 2nd finger, not the end of the world, but this C is really important. Okay? Okay? And then that will actually try you. There's going to be some flexibility issues probably with that for a while. So if you start doing that and it feels awkward, give yourself a second, give yourself a break, and then come back to it, okay? Then the next measure, the 6th measure, is back to that old G chord again, which is exactly the same as the measure directly above it on measure 2. Exactly the same. Those back to back sound like this. Okay, once again, you saw me put that low G down late. One more time. I can't not do it. But yeah, so that gets you through the G chord. Next is the A minor chord. You can see that because there's a low A now in the bass, and there's a C on the pinch. So you're going to pinch A and C. Okay, the melody here, 4th finger drops down to the D, and then you play the open E, and then bring it back, take the pinky back off to put your first finger on C again. So I never even take my C finger off. So I'm gonna go. See how I did that? So the first finger is ready to go the whole time. I would watch your fingers a little bit. It feels a little awkward. Yeah, okay. Yeah, M-I... How would I do that? M-I-M-I, probably. Yeah, M-I-M-I on that one. And then drop down on the G again. And you're going to pinch with the low G, so it needs to come down there. Okay? G and D again. Well, actually, the D again is what I mean. Like that D is being played, but this is the first time you ever pinch with the G and the D at the same time. Okay? So that whole second line sounds like this. Okay? From the beginning. Start that again. It sounds like garbage. Okay? It may be a little fast. I'm plunking along at it and not doing a great job. Let's take it a little slower. Okay, you definitely want to go slower. I would go way slower than that. Just get the hang of it this week. Get used to playing these notes. Don't try and play along with me. I'm going to try and work on tempo with you next time. And let's decide on a tempo that's good. Just get used to the notes. Get used to putting the fingers down. Work on C to G. And that will be really a big thing for this week. Okay, where is... Emmylou has already said goodbye. All right, have a good one.